The class roared with laughter when Mrs. Thompson, the strict math teacher, turned to the quiet janitor mopping near the board. "Hey, Mr. Lewis," she said mockingly, "since you're always around, why don't you try solving this calculus problem?" The board was filled with complex equations that even her top students struggled with. The students giggled, expecting an awkward silence. But Mr. Lewis just smiled gently, put down his mop, and slowly walked toward the board. The laughter faded. No one expected what happened next. With calm precision, he began writing. His hand moved with confidence, line after line, formula after formula. Within minutes, he reached the final answer and underlined it. The room went silent. Mrs. Thompson blinked in disbelief. The same when they saw sweeping floors had just solved what her brightest students couldn't. Who exactly was this janitor? Whispers filled the room. How did he do that? Did he guess? Was it luck? Mrs. Thompson's pride stung. "You must have seen that solution somewhere," she said sharply. Mr. Lewis only smiled again. "No, ma'am. Just basic integration." The students stared, unsure whether to laugh or applaud. After class, word spread like wildfire: the janitor had outsmarted the teacher. By lunchtime, the whole school was buzzing. But beneath that calm smile, Mr. Lewis carried a story that no one knew. A story of lost dreams, sacrifice, and a past that once shined brighter than any chalkboard equation. And soon, the truth would come out. Later that day, the principal called Mr. Lewis into his office. "James, I've been hearing things," he said kindly. "Students say you solved a calculus problem that's part of our advanced exam." Mr. Lewis nodded humbly. "Just a simple one, sir." The principal leaned back, intrigued. "Do you have a background in math?" For a moment, memories flooded back: university halls, lectures, applause, and then, tragedy. "I used to teach," Mr. Lewis said softly, "before life took a turn." The principal sat in silence. How had such a brilliant man ended up sweeping floors in this very school? Mr. Lewis stood to leave, but the principal's eyes followed him with newfound respect. Something about this man didn't add up, and the whole school was about to find out why. The next morning, Mrs. Thompson couldn't let it go. During her class, she brought up the incident again. "Class, not everyone who solves a problem once is a genius," she said with a smirk. "Even a broken clock is right twice a day." The students didn't laugh this time. One brave student, Emma, raised her hand. "But ma'am, what if he really knows this stuff?" That question hung heavy in the air. That afternoon, Emma found Mr. Lewis in the hallway and asked him to tutor her for an upcoming math contest. At first, he refused, but her sincerity reminded him of the students he once taught. And so, reluctantly, he agreed. That decision would change everything, for him, for Emma, and for the entire school. Evenings turned into secret tutoring sessions. In the quiet library, Mr. Lewis explained formulas like magic. His methods were simple, his patience endless. Emma's grades soared, but more than that, she began to love math. One day, she asked, "Mr. Lewis, why don't you teach again?" His eyes softened. "Sometimes life closes doors you thought would stay open forever." She didn't press further, but she noticed the old teaching badge in his worn wallet: Professor James Lewis, MIT. The realization hit her like a storm. Their janitor wasn't just smart, he was once one of the brightest minds. The math contest arrived. Emma competed with fierce confidence. When the judges announced her as the top scorer, she ran to Mr. Lewis, tears in her eyes. "You did this," she said. The crowd clapped, but the principal, curious, asked her, "Who's your tutor?" She pointed proudly toward the janitor in the back. Murmurs spread again. The principal invited Mr. Lewis to the stage. As he spoke humbly, explaining how he once lost his family in an accident and left teaching to start anew, the audience listened in stunned silence. "But I found new purpose," he said softly, "in these halls, among young minds like hers." His words echoed longer than any applause. The next week, the school board met. They offered Mr. Lewis a teaching position. Mrs. Thompson, now humbled, approached him with tears. "I misjudged you," she said. He simply smiled. "We all learn, ma'am. Some lessons just come later." When he walked into class again, not as a janitor, but as Professor Lewis, every student rose to their feet, clapping with pride. The same chalkboard that once mocked him now carried his equations. Sometimes, greatness doesn't shout, it whispers through humility, patience, and second chances. And that day, the whole school learned that brilliance has no uniform.